wish I could take back. I think we all can say the same. Cause some people take it as a lesson, and some just stay the same. Yeah. If you knew the time that your life would end, would you live it differently? So when we got the time, live it up right.
Boom shakalaka! Yes, God! Yes, God! Yes, God!
I know that the show, it looks like I went downhill, right? Because from DATD to the very end of this quarter, from the show to the spin-off vlogs, it looks like I've gone downhill, and I feel like I've gone downhill, but I have grown tremendously more in my spirit than anything else. So a win is a win, right? I won. That's gonna lead me into my next point, right? That is me doing too much. If I could literally stop doing too much in so many different facets of my life, so many different areas of my life, like, y'all will really see that I am really top tier. Like, and I don't need y'all to see it. I know I'm top tier. So a problem that I had throughout this entire show is because I had this problem with knowing what the Lord was telling me, but I leaned on my own understanding a lot. Like things like timing. All of this was an attack on my focus to keep me from becoming what I'm supposed to become, despite me calling this a gym year and stating how I'm chasing Jesus all this year because he is the real treasure. Okay, so with that, right, the whole point of this being the gym year was to focus on Jesus. Oh, this is gonna be the gym year because I'm gonna be focusing on Jesus. And then when I had to do that, my focus was diverted so many different times. I wasn't trusting the Lord. I wasn't, expecting it to go this way, which is why I wasn't trusting of the Lord, which is why I leaned on my own understanding a lot, which is why I was taking every bit of encouragement and adding my own time frame to it. If God says that something is going to happen, I don't need to be questioning that. This whole entire process taught me so much, y'all. God's power, my submission to him, to trust in him, to take accountability, to watch where I put my value, to have my identity in him, to have empathy and compassion for others, to continue to build up my mental and spiritual character, essentially, to gain wisdom, because wisdom is everything. And who do you get that from? The one who is everything. But yeah, that's just to clear up any confusion. Just a lot of leaning on my own understanding, adding time frame, just me doing too much because I didn't expect it to go this way. High key, I've been wanting Alwyn to make a video talking about the countdown or something like that, being like, y'all, this is the countdown, like the Lord is getting ready to do this and do that. I've been wanting that for the last few days. I've been looking for an Alwyn video in which he talks about the countdown again. I know that I'm gonna give birth, but it's just like, if Alwyn could be the continuation of what he said in Collision or All Times, like, dude, that would be insane. And by the way, the reason why I haven't changed that name yet is because I want to wait until I have that following to then change it, because right now it plays a part of my show. So I'm waiting on that. But ultimately, whenever the Lord says to change it, I'll just do that. But right now I'm holding off. What's up, everyone? It is Dave from the future. Basically, in the last clip, I just talked to you guys about how on December 17th, I talked to you guys about how and why I created the GCU. You guys are going to see this connect into something later in this vlog, and it has to be placed here. This is me repeating what I had said on December 17th. Before December 28th. I had this idea for a long time, and the name has just always been the GCU. But basically, the GCU is the universe in which we all live in, that I have designated as Universe 112. Now, the entire universe in which we live is based on the entire word of God. But the sole fact that this universe is about God's children connecting. In John 1:1-2, if you go and read it, it talks about that those who believe in God will then get to become his children, right? And that's the whole point of the GCU, is God's children connecting, which is why I have designated amongst the many different verses, John 1:1-2 being the anchor verse, the main scripture verse for our universe. So whether that's reality YouTubers or people just creating Christian like content or whatever facet, it doesn't have to be reality plus the movies. Maybe the movies mix their stuff up in a facet, and then we have the reality people mixing up their stuff in a facet, the music people coming together in a facet, maybe putting music in the movies or allowing each other to carefully and appropriately use music for the vlogs and this, that, and third, right? But it's not about that, right? It's about glorifying God. This is not a celebrity type of thing, right? So the whole goal is to once every year hold a massive event where almost like a conference, I could say, but not also a conference. I don't know, I haven't figured out all the specifics, where we all come together as God's children. Where we have a kiki in the name of the Lord Jesus. We have to be careful with this because I don't want us idolizing our works, which can be very hard, especially on the creative aspect of things, like on how well and beautiful things can connect to how, you know, how amazing the works can be, right? The children of Yah coming together for revival, to merge our projects, our works, to glorify God. The last vlog or this vlog, whatever Q4V4 was, the original title that you guys are seeing it as was not what this was supposed to be called. It changed because the Lord told me something in regards to it, and now that I'm rewatching it over to make small adjustments as I go, so I know what to add in to the vlog. After I cut some things out, I trim some things down, I'll know what all else I can fit into the vlog or what needs to be saved for the next. And I'm just seeing it as confirmation again that the name that I picked was never supposed to be the name. I'm thinking, oh, I got this vlog name I picked out, but the Lord said no. It just so happened that a name that I liked worked out for Q4V3, but now there was a name that I liked for Q4V4 that isn't what it was supposed to be. I want y'all to understand the dynamic between me and the Lord. You know, sometimes I get it. Sometimes he has to correct me and be like, no, that's not what this is going to be called. I'm going to show you why, because this is what I've been doing this entire time. I put it in my spirit, then I'll get a reconfirmation after I rewatch the entire vlog. It's so interesting how it works. My mom had called me and told me, you know, the family from, you know, Mississippi came down and they're about to have fun and play games and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'm so sick. All day I've been having thoughts like, if ain't nothing ain't changed on the 31st or the 1st, I will be calling my mom, because I'm not doing this again. Today I just have been not in the best mood. I'm not gonna try to be negative, but I'm gonna meet up with Janae. She had only been down here for 3 to 4 days before you guys saw her pop up, and she's been staying in a hotel while, you know, her man does, you know, his concerts and whatnot. And I'm just trying not to be upset or moody, because like, for all I know, that fast could have been, you know, today could have been the day that God did something, but because I didn't fast, it didn't happen. It just, to me, it felt like, dang, I'm already barely eating as is. I might as well go ahead and eat and then fast, because if I'm running on nothing and I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to do to make it a fast, I might as well eat and then restart. To be honest, I'm not trying to be negative, but I'd be surprised if anything happened for me today. I'd be like surprised if it really does. I know. And then I do think about before Christmas, but like, what if that wasn't for me? Before Christmas wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, what if I took that word in and it's not for me?
That's how I'm looking at it now. It's just like, I'm just leaving everything in his hands. I'm trying to worrying what's that gonna be. No much stressing myself out going crazy, you know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you all, I've been having a day. It's just like, dang, another birthday with disappointment. It's only 6 o'clock, but there's so many times where I just have hope and, you know, just nothing continues to happen. So apparently the date was for the 29th to the 31st. Yeah, I'll just be doing that fast. Tell me why I just get on my TikTok For You page and I see my cousin, whom I haven't seen in years, making a TikTok dancing in pajamas while they're out with my auntie and my entire family having a great old dandy time, and I am out here looking stupid. For a couple of times today, I have just been feeling the Lord telling me that He's all I need. Like, that's what I've been feeling, like this void that I feel, this hurt. It's just like, I just feel like He's been telling me, like, I am what you need, like I am all you need to bring you joy, to give you that peace, to give you that comfort in this difficult time. I felt like He's told me that a couple of different times, and I have not been hearing it until He just brought it back to me for probably like the third or fourth time a second ago. I have just been all over the place, you know, like kind of like, when I mean like manic, I don't mean like in the manic where I was like mad or angry, but it was just like my mind was genuinely all over the place. It's hard, you know, because like I don't always have the strive, the drive, the energy to chase the Lord, especially because my sleep pattern is all messed up with the cold air. You know, my feet be freezing. I'd be like cold in the morning when I get to sunrise. I go to sleep, and that's the time I'm supposed to read the Bible. Like, it's hard out here. It's hard. You know, I don't be having the sleep and energy, but then it's like, it's already hard reading the Bible by itself. And then imagine being tired on top of that because you got woke up out of the sleep because you had to pee, or because you had to pray, or because the cold air is like knocking me sideways. It's like I do have all the time to read. It's just that I just don't be in the Word like I used to. Ever since it's gotten cold, it's been a little bit different. I'm trying to get better in my prayer life, but I just do not pray. I feel like my prayers do and don't work sometimes. Like most of the time, I feel like they don't work. Like I'm just being so attacked. And it's just like, I'm so tired. Like I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of being tired. I just feel like I'm expected to do so much out of no place of real energy, of real motivation, of real drive, of real strive. I feel like I have to just do so much, and I just don't care to do it right now. I just don't have the energy to do it. Some days I do. Not gonna sit here and lie. It's definitely not an everyday thing, but it's just kind of like I'm tired. Okay, when I say this, I don't mean to sound negative, but this will be the last season that I follow prophetic words to a certain extent, right? In the Bible, it talks about not despising prophecies, right? And to test the spirit. Two, it's just been like, yes, some of these prophetic words are still clearly for me, but it's been super detrimental to me. Like, you know, before Christmas, you know, even that one. And, you know, I think a lot of these things are confirmation, and it just don't seem to be like, maybe there's a key that I'm missing. Maybe I need to, I don't know, that Sunray video popped back in my head when I said key. So maybe I need to be doing something, coming into agreement with it, or not. Maybe I'm not understanding it. Like, I don't know why it's taking this long. Maybe it was always meant to take this long. And, you know, maybe this was always meant to be the time. I don't really know if it could have been this point or that point, but I didn't do this, or I didn't do that, or I didn't read this, I didn't read that. Like, I don't really know what the case is, but I'm just so done with the prophetic. I'm so done with the prophetic words. You know, unless they're super confirmational, and they're probably, and I mean confirmational and not in the regards of prosperity gospel, but like a Q4V2, Q4V3, things like that. I'm not despising prophetic words. I just have got to stop with prosperity gospel, because after this year, I think I've learned I'm not doing the prosperity gospel anymore. Even prosperity gospel that seems to connect, it's just, I don't really know. I really thought before Christmas was really for me, you know what I'm saying? But just because I saw it, just because it popped up on my FYP, my homepage, does not mean that it's for me. So I'm done with all of that. And I'm not talking about these prophets. I'm not saying nothing bad about them, because a lot of the other, you know, videos by these prophets are definitely fitting. I'm just not gonna be so much for the prosperity concept of it anymore. Like, this is gonna happen then, and this is gonna happen then. And I'm not saying that those people who say that are false prophets. I'm not saying that. Not all of them are. But it's just like, it's just not for me. Like, I'm just not into that anymore. This entire year has been, you know, it just looks like things connect, and they just, I don't really know. But like I said, I don't despise the prophets that I've shown you, and I don't despise the prophecies that they've given me. I just am not with that anymore. I just spoke to the Lord, and I repented. I cried out, basically saying that I want Him to be enough. I'm sorry for making idols of things. I'm just tired of being out here. I could 100% be doing the most right now, and I probably am, but I don't know. My mind is just going all over the place. Like, is it the stuff that I'm watching? Is it the stuff that I'm singing? Like, is it because is it my prayer life? Is it my repentance? Is it, like, what is it? Like, is this delay? Is this how it was always supposed to be? Is this witchcraft? Is this me not praying hard enough for what I want? Should I even be looking forward to the promises? Like be expecting of them, but not like looking for them, like waiting on them, just being like, oh yeah, okay, I know about this, and then just moving on from it, because I could see that to a degree. I just don't want it to be in a negative capacity. But I think back to Diani Neves, is there's still time, there's still time. I hold in the palm of my hand. Something about blocking my breakthrough. What's blocking my breakthrough? Is it like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is going on? Is it me not doing something? Am I not doing that enough or something? Like, I don't know what is going on. I still mean what I said when I said that I was gonna, finish this year out. And that's another thing. God never told me this was gonna be the last year. Prophets have said it, and something that I've done this entire year was put in what God never told me, because it was something that I wanted to hear. He never said this was gonna be the last year. It's gonna be the last year for me, but it's like he never said that this will be the last year that I will be going through this and that he would elevate me. He never said that. He said this was a season to trust him. For your mental sanity and your relationship with God, y'all have to be discerning. Look at my vlogs, and y'all will know what was God sending confirmation and what was just me. I need y'all to get this. If God did not tell you it yourself, if he does not say it's a surprise, it's not a surprise. If he does not tell you stuff straight up, don't listen to it. If he never told you that up front, outright, don't be listening to those words. Just because your friend is saying something like it's a surprise, that doesn't mean that word is for you. I can't stand how I've done myself this entire year. I have done this to myself. I have set myself up for heartache and pain. There are a bunch of TikToks in here that connect, and there's a bunch in here that don't. He never said before Christmas. He never said that this was the last year. There is that one TikTok that did say he's gonna come through at the last minute. I didn't know he meant last minute. And who's to even say that's for me? He didn't tell me that either. So I'm getting ready to take down everything. My Instagram, that Daylight Ministries, like everything is getting ready to come down. The last thing that I'm gonna say is just that I told the Lord I didn't mean to make idols out of a house, out of a car, out of a relationship. Those are just things that he's shown me that I wanted, and I didn't mean to make those idols. I'm just tired of going through what I'm going through, and then I'd be seeing stuff like on Instagram that I'd be wanting to just like, but it's like, have y'all been through stuff? Like, no offense, but it's like, it's so easy for people to say God is so good and God is so real and I love God when you ain't have to go through hard stuff. That's not to say that people haven't, but for those who say stuff like that, it's just kind of like, have you been through anything that has challenged your mental health over and over and over, like to a certain degree that you thought you were mentally going to go insane, that you want to kill yourself over and over and over again? And I'm not saying that you have to get to those points, but I'm just genuinely asking, because it's just like, it's so easy to say stuff and talk about and give advice about things that you ain't never been through. Well, I'm tired of going through all of this for other people. You saved my life. I hope so. I done went through so much this year that I know that I have to be for a lot of different people. Screw just the LGBTQ. I didn't go through this just for them, because the stuff that I went through this year with my mental capacity, with what I've gone through mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, I've went through it for so many different other people, and it's not just gay folks. I'm not just for the gay people. I'm for a lot of different people, because there's no way that I'm supposed to be going through all of this so I know how to speak through other people because of what we've been through. So I can speak from my experience to their experience. Because that can't just be one type of group of people. Because no, this is literally for so many different people. Because there ain't no way. I'm just wondering when this is going to come to an end for me. And yes, I'm having a moment because this is my freaking birthday. So this is for the lonely, the brokenhearted, the ones who don't have no friends, the ones who don't have no family, the ones who have to be out on the street, homeless and cold and hungry on Thanksgiving and birthdays and Christmas and all these holidays. This is for the gay people who've been lied on, who have been cheated on, who have been done wrong. This is for all the people who have been bullied because girls are insecure and men are DL, or whatever the case may be, or because people are jealous of you, because people are envious of you, because people don't like your spirit, because people don't like your heart, people don't like your mindset. This is for so many different groups of people out there. And I need to go to sleep because I feel like I am kind of slightly going. Yeah. No, because I can actually curse right now, because what if it's me? Because what if it really was supposed to be the 24th? Like, what if today was supposed to be the day, right? And it really was supposed to be before Christmas, but I'm out here doing whatever I want because my emotions are all over the place. And what if God is telling me you can't continue to do what you want to do because your emotions are all over the place? Because it's like, what if I had fasted on the 21st to the 24th? Like, I saw 2 videos, but I'm like, well, the Lord didn't tell me that. But then it was like, I could see that I do need to fast, but then I ended up doing a day fast and I felt better. But what if it's like, all of this is because I'm being disobedient, and even in the small matters? Because a video by Prophetess Cassandra popped up talking about, make sure that you're being, obedient to the Lord, because the more you're disobedient, the more you become dull to what he's instructing you to do. So make sure that you're obeying every little thing, because obedience builds up your faith. So what if me thinking that these little fasts that I'm ignoring because I'm not really sure if the Lord wants me to do it is really playing a pivotal part in him training me to, one, listen to him, to stop putting my emotions above this, that, and the third? Like, what if this is me being fucking stupid because of my emotions? Like, what if that's what this was? What if that word was supposed to be for me, but because I did not heed those instructions on the 21st because I felt a certain type of way and I wasn't really sure if he was telling me to do something? What if that played a part in today? I'm not saying that any of this is what this is, but like, maybe this is just Satan trying to get me mad at myself. I am going like inside. Like, if y'all knew what was inside my head right now, y'all would thought I was going mentally insane. Because the thoughts that I'm thinking, like, I'm literally all over the place. I need to go on a fast. Yeah, I need to go on a fast. I'm just going to go on one for deliverance, because I don't really know what's happening right now, but I literally feel like I'm having a slight mental attack. Like, I feel like I'm slightly going tonight. Not like I'm going that way, but like, those are the attacks. The attacks are so mental. I'm just gonna fast. Like, I'm just gonna have to do it because I need to freaking do it. I have to do it because I'm gonna hate myself. Yeah, imagine being a Dumbo and causing yourself to miss your blessings in your life because you want to freaking eat every 2 minutes. Imagine that. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a fast because I can't. Like, I literally can't. Okay, yes, I am having a moment. I'm gonna go.
Listen. You really need to hear this. God is telling you to hold on. God is telling you to hold on before you mess everything up. I know you're frustrated. I know you're tired. And I know you may be weary. But God said, weeping may endure for a night. He said, but joy is going to come in the morning. Hold on. Hold on. Before you take matters into your own hands, God said, hold on. He said, stop. He said, you have no idea what I'm preparing you for. And God said, hold on. He said, wait. You're going to regret it. This message is for those of you who are at your breaking point. This is to every person who are at the point of their life. You're at the peak of your life where you have said, I don't care how this goes. I don't care what happens. I'm doing it anyway. God said, you better put the brake on. God said, you better stop. He said, you better hold on. Now, I was lying down, getting a little bit of rest, trying to get some rest before I get a little bit work done in the next hour or so. And I was compelled to get up because I heard it out of my spirit and I leaped out of my bed. And I came in here to record this message. God said, you just wait. He said for you to hold on. Don't do it. Whatever the devil is tempting you to do, whatever you're contemplating to do, whatever the devil is bothering you with in your mind, whatever the enemy is trying to get you to do, you're going to mess this up. God said, hold on. He said, hold on. God said, don't do it. You're going to make matters worse. God said, I know you're agitated. I know you're frustrated. I know you're at your breaking point. God said, I know you're at your week's end. I know you're at your wit's end. God said, but if you go through with this, if you go ahead of me, you're going to mess this up. And then you're going to have to start all over again. You're going to go right back to ground zero. You're going to go right back to the wilderness. You're going to get thrown right back in the fiery furnace because you refuse to wait on God to fulfill what He's already told you He was going to fulfill. You can't pressure God into doing anything that you need Him to do or want Him to do. He's going to move at His own time. He's teaching you patience. He's teaching you not to be overly anxious. He's teaching you to wait. And God is teaching you how to wait. God said, you better hold up. He said, hold on. He said, don't do it. Think twice about it before you put your hands in this. God said, don't put your hands in this. God said, I have this. God said, I'm all over this situation. God said, I'm all over it. He said, I have all the details. You don't have to fill me in because I was right there in the midst of them. And I heard conversations that you didn't hear. And I saw things that you didn't see. See, God knows information that you don't know. This is why you can't listen to the enemy, because if you listen to the enemy, he's going to tempt you to do some things that you're literally going to regret. And it's going to cause you to get pushed back. God said, I told you yes the first day that you prayed. God said, the first day that you asked me. He said, I told you yes. He said, but I have to prepare some things for you. I'm preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemy. And in the meantime, he said, be still. God said, I just need you to sit in your kingdom authority. God said, I just need you to sit in your power. God said, I got this. It's too big for you. God said, but my hands are bigger than yours. God said, I got this. God said, I got it. God said, don't do it. He said, hold up. He said, wait. He said, I'm going to do something big for you. I'm going to do something special for you.
I just watched a video, and something that stuck out to me was about how I haven't learned to surrender that outcome. Because something that I just kept thinking about today was like, I thought things were going to play out differently. I thought that once I saw signs that things would happen almost immediately after. So I'm just looking back at some of my old blogs and I'm like, oh, I thought this was supposed to happen. I thought this was supposed to happen. And then I started questioning if they were going to happen because it didn't happen in a certain time frame. So I realized that I just had a problem surrendering the outcome to God, because I didn't expect things to go this way after May of 2023. That window of opportunity that I had to fix my mistake of disobedience cost me to be out here, or at least certain things to play out differently. And I'm not 100% sure what all is different, but I don't want to be like Lot's life. But if I learned anything, it's to surrender the outcome. So that's something that I'm going to pray for. That I stop thinking that I know how things are supposed to go and how things are in the timeline of events and stuff like that. I feel like he gave me a peace in that when I was watching that video. Well, a little bit after I finished watching that video, because I had cried a few tears. I had shed a few tears. But I feel like he gave me a bit of knowing and understanding and peace, and a bit of like a oomph to really pursue surrendering the outcome of everything. Not to be it is what it is, but to remain faithful, but also at the same time know that God's sovereignty and providence will, and his faithfulness, God will, in his entirety come through. Also, just in case that has a significance, I did move over the GC talk over to this vlog because I almost deleted them because I couldn't be bothered with it within this vlog, considering that this vlog is already at a long length. So in case that plays out somehow in this vlog, if it hasn't already, if it's about to, just know that it was God, because I was going to delete it, but he said move it to the next vlog. I don't know, I just want to say that just in case, to show you guys how who he is when I can see it, and when I can then see it to tell you guys about how he works in my life. Yeah.
Imagine you talk to the creator of the universe before birth and pick the person you get to become. You say, I want to be the most courageous. The creator replies and says, well, then I will give you monsters to terrify you so that you can conquer them. And you say, well, I want to be patient. Well, then I will make you work harder and longer so you can learn to wait. I want to be wise. And the creator replies, then I will give you failures that will crush your spirit so you can learn the value of judgment. You then say, sounds like a rough life. Can you give me a good life? The creator replies, just like we measure the quality of a blacksmith by the strength of his steel, I measure you by what you are at the end, not the fire and the hammer it took to make you. A good life isn't a life that's easy. A good life is a life that makes you to a good person. And that, my son, is a hard life.
Last night, when I came from here, I ended up just so happening to open up my tablet and seeing the time was 6:16. And I noticed it and I was like, I'm not gonna record that. I had this thought for a minute, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm having contractions right now. I'm having some bad contractions right now. Ever since the 15th, it may not have looked like it on camera, but that was really the start of another downward spiral, because I was just coming out of it from, you know, that nonsense I was going through a couple of days prior to get to that date, and it just started going downhill, like really behind the scenes. I just been dealing with this pregnancy, y'all, with this baby. Part of me was wondering, oh my gosh, I said 2024 was the redo, but is anything gonna happen in 2024? That's what I get for leaning on my own understanding. I want to say the survival worst attack. I can't remember which one was worse. Janae was telling me 2 days ago when we were sitting at Whole Foods, she said something like, are they not tired yet? And I didn't understand what she was talking about. She was talking about people doing witchcraft, because I ended up seeing a YouTube video about it yesterday. I didn't watch it, but it was like, y'all be aware, witchcraft is at an all-time high. And I brought that up in the phone call that we had yesterday, because I saw that video just moments before I got on the phone to call Janae. She was like, yeah, that's why I said what I said yesterday, because it is at an all-time high right now. You know, that's what I was telling you, like, are they not tired yet? Because I know we tired, and they gotta be tired too. They putting in all that energy into witchcraft. And I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't understand that witchcraft doesn't have to be done just to you. They could be, you know, doing something against the atmosphere. However that witchcraft works, it affected me and her yesterday. Earlier, I was helping some stranger, right? Well, not a stranger. He is kind of a stranger, but I mean, like, we talk a little bit. So I was helping him, right? I was holding my phone in my hand while he was doing something on his computer that he was trying to show me. The phone turned on, so I looked down at my phone. There's nothing on the screen. I didn't click anything, and maybe I did. I can't lie about that. But y'all, I looked down and the phone says 616. Tell me why, after I just got done filming that last clip that you guys might not have saw because of the copyright music that's blaring, I look down at this cup to drink it, and I look at the time, and on the cup is 7:17. 7:17 a.m. That's the time that I got the cup of ice. Those are my numbers. Is 616 and 717, and then, you know, of course, 777, and then 222, and then 111. But yeah, those are my top two numbers. If y'all been paying attention, like I told y'all to, y'all would be peeping everything that's been, well, at least a lot of it. But look at this, Q4V5. You know, I've already talked to you guys about how I unintentionally did the same color scheme. Something that I noticed and forgot to tell you guys was, look at how the numbers are flipped. Q3V4, Q4V3. This is God, like, honestly. I told y'all I have to play catch up with him. I just be doing stuff, but it's really him. What I have to, and what I want everybody else to understand, is that we have to be okay with, you know, like what I was speaking on earlier, we have to be okay with the outcome of, you know, God's plan, right? Because sometimes it don't look, a lot of the time, and I've heard this so many times before, and I didn't process it until just now, like in this very moment, because I hear all the time, like, you know, how we want things to go or how we want things to look don't be looking like how we expect it to. And I really just processed that this was the entire year. This was not the plan that I have for myself. This is not how I saw this going, as I've said many times before. What gets in the way is us having these preconceived notions, these ideas, these plans of how we want things to go. And when they don't go the way we think they should, we start wondering if we've done something wrong, or are we being led astray. Whole time it was just God's plan. Now, of course, be discerning with that, right? ultimately what I have to understand is that the Lord is taking me through this for his glory and for his people. With what God is doing, y'all, it's about to be a brave new world. And I say that because we're about to see so many people start coming to Christ. All these people who have been pushed away is about to start, emerging. The LGB and the TQIA, like a lot of people are about to come to the body of Christ, are about to come to God. And that's brave, because a lot of us get pushed away. We get talked down on and hated on and killed by DLs, by just hateful people. This is about to get real. Like it really truly is. And I don't know when God is going to do it exactly. I'm not finna sit here and say, oh, the 29th or the 30th or the 31st. It's just, it really is when he's going to do it. And I'm really just hoping it's, before the end of the year. That's what I hope. People finally get to be brave and say, I'm a gay Christian, I'm a bi Christian, I'm a lesbian Christian. Although the gay, the bi, and the lesbian part doesn't matter. I don't know if I told you guys this, but there was this battle that I went through a couple of months ago, because it was like I was so embarrassed to talk about Jesus because of the fact that I'm gay and how I present myself as obviously gay, or not straight, and I was so ashamed to talk about Jesus, because it's like, how you talk about Jesus but you're gay? How are you reading your Bible and saying this, that, and the third, but you're gay, and talking about having a man? That used to embarrass me, and I was just like, I say it out loud. Like, sometimes I do feel a certain type of way, like, a lot of people, including myself, because God did it within me first. He's got me brave and he's got me bold in his name, despite who I am. And that means a lot. Also, I really want to get connected with the word again, because when I was in the word, like I felt like so, not transcendent, but I felt like my mind was truly expanding. Like my mind was like connecting to so many different things and pulling and connecting dots together. I really felt like in Q3 and a little bit of Q4, I genuinely feel like to y'all I looked crazy with the things that I was saying, but God and I know like where my mind truly was. Like my mind was truly connecting things together. Like I was really truly, I can't even explain what that was. I felt like I was in another level of my mind that I didn't know was possible. First of all, when I was walking this way, right, I was praying to the Lord, to protect me from witchcraft and, to protect me from attacks and everything. And it's so interesting because as I was, singing to the Lord a moment ago, I just kept thinking about Brian. I have these thoughts, right? Y'all was supposed to have been together by now. Like, it was supposed to happen in April of 2023. And now look, it's going on 2025. And you have your whole show talking about, how it's translating to 2024. But look, it's going to happen in 2025. Or whatever the case may be. This is not just about me and Brian. It's about how God is going to use me and Brian to set so many of his people free and the further generations after us. Because it's not just about this generation. This goes back to me talking about how it's about to be a brave new world, y'all, from last night. I'm not saying it's me, but it's what's God doing in the earth. And I'm just a vessel that he's using. Brian is just a vessel that he's using. Our relationship is just a vessel that he's using. It all started here in 2022, released 2023, and it carried on. What if it's like not drastically different at all? That would actually be a good thing, because it's like your sexuality doesn't make you who you are. Hopefully it's just like a whole lot of people coming together boldly in the name of Jesus. Like, of course I want people to find their partner, but it's more so about coming to God and being saved. You know what I mean? So it's like I hope people come to God for him and not to know their partner, because some people are not meant to have a partner. Some of you are going to be single. And don't go to the Lord begging him to know that every single time. Like, it's okay to ask him, but don't just keep asking him about that. Because the longer we have idols in our heart, the more the Lord will have to delay and stall what he has for us because of what we have in our heart. Take it from me. Q4V5 through 6. Lean not on your own understanding. This entire spin-off vlogs is literally centered around that vlog, and I didn't realize that until 10 minutes ago. Y'all, guess what? I just remembered. I got my food, and Jesus Freaks releases today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Y'all, I got my coffee, I got my food warmed up, and I was thinking, I'm about to eat. What am I gonna watch? Jesus Freaks. I will be right on that right now. Period. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so glad I'm genuinely so excited that there is another reality show that's centered around, you know, people's walk with Christ and everything. Period. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk too much about the show, y'all, but I'm on episode 2. I'm watching them talk, and the Lord is literally feeding me revelation from their revelation. That I'm being reminded of the things I know about God. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, we as the people have got to get on this Christian show stuff. And from now on, they have really shown me to not take out any Bible lessons. At the most, I need to just trim them down significantly. Going forth, I will not be editing out any revelation that the Lord gives me. I just won't let them be 15 minutes. What I'm getting from them is something that I needed for myself. And it's like, dang, this will be nice for other people when they're watching my stuff. Oh my gosh, like the Lord is really working.
Where are y'all from?
So we're from LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for us all to be here, it's just so cool.
Yeah, it's
and
like family.
God is increasing the web of just like, I just feel like there's a web.
Speaking of Avengers.
Like we're all getting connected. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
And it's such an important time to be united in that way with like a voice.
I created the GCU. So I'm making sure that I like the name and everything, because I'm also thinking God's connected children, or God's children connecting, or God's children connected. I'm still figuring it out. I just can't stop thinking about what Ashley Hetherington, when she said it was a web, because I remember when I was talking about how I see it as a web, like when I'm connecting dots. The devil has been trying to tell me, like, the reason why you have to wait till 2025 is because you didn't post the vlogs. You're supposed to have released the vlogs all this year. I'm just trying not to look back. It's just like I keep thinking about, in another timeline, this happened. Or in another universe, this happened. I'm just trying to move forward. I just genuinely need to be keeping my spirits up like this. You know, just having fun, just chilling out, not focusing on what is and what ain't, what could have been, what's going on here, what's going on there. Tell me why I was just watching a clip back to see if I wanted to keep it or not, and I get done with it and I look at the time and it's 6:16. When I tell y'all I have been seeing 616 every single day. Oh, did I tell y'all? Basically the same thing that happened the second time at Starbucks. Y'all remember when I was telling y'all I was helping that guy and my phone, you know, the screen lit up like I had a notification, but I looked at it and it just, there was nothing there but the time being 616. Well, the same thing happened yesterday. It's all connecting like a web. It's happening again. It hasn't happened. First of all, there was a connection that I had just realized in last year, because if you go to the, thank you Jesus, okay, if you go to the tab of last year in Q4V5, with what I said in the first minute or two of it resembles so much of the entire next vlog. And I just realized that if you really listen to what I was saying, to what ended up all being put into the last vlog, when I wasn't even aware of it, in last year, that vlog is literally insane. But that's not what I want to come in here and tell y'all. Well, kind of is, but I feel like the Lord is stirring my spirit again, like right now, and I don't know what he's telling me, but I just thought I'd come on here and say it, because I was trying to figure it out, like, what's going on, like, what do you need to tell me? Maybe I need to be getting on camera to let you guys know that I do feel this stirring in my spirit, and I just don't know what it's about and what it's for, but I just thought I'd come on camera and say it really quickly. Not only did my mom just buy me a Ripstick, she's buying me a MacBook Pro right now. I'll have it on January 8th. Too many times have I declined help because I'm thinking, oh, God is going to show up here. God is going to show up here. And this is not me sounding no type of way. I promise y'all that I'm good. I have really learned this year to stop thinking that you know when God's timing is and declining what people are trying to do for you. Even though this is the last year I'm going to go through this, and I feel like God is about to elevate me and give me like a bunch of blessings to where I'm going to be able to buy a whole new MacBook, I'm going to get this laptop anyways, because it might be a gradual thing that God may have me do. I don't know what God is doing and how he's doing it. He's doing something, but it's best not for me to lean on my own understanding. If I can end up paying that computer off and getting another one, that's fine. I'm definitely going to reimburse my mother for all that she's doing. Y'all, it's about to be the end of the year, the end of the quarter. The wind is tearing me up because he never said this year. Maybe he did and I forgot because it's been a long, short year. Like I told you guys, I'll be here to the 8th, and then whatever happens after the 8th is whatever happens. And that's just until my computer gets here. I know I voted for, you know, that guy, right? I just hope that he's not an enemy, because I'm seeing stuff on YouTube and I'm just like, boy, I hope I didn't vote for, you know, the wrong person. You know, I wouldn't, like, I'm not gonna vote for her, but I just wouldn't have voted at all. Like, I didn't vote at all, but like, I really wanted him to win, and I told y'all that. But I just really hope Trump is not an enemy. You know, I really hope he's not an enemy. I voted for him. I didn't go to the ballot and vote for him, but in my mind, I voted for him over Kamala. I've been seeing some things, and I hope they're not. Y'all, this is about to be the end of the vlogs, because y'all know I don't go over. I made an exception, but I really hope the Lord comes through at the last minute of this year, because after the 8th of January, gloves are off. I'm stepping out of the ring. Like, I'm leaving the building. I feel like anything past this is unnecessary. I'm tired, and I feel bad because I'm tired of acting like I want to keep going. I'm tired of acting like I want to have a relationship at this point. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like, I'm just tired of acting like I gotta speak and stuff when I don't feel like talking. I don't always feel like praying. I'm really, really tired. Like, I'm exhausted. I don't have any desire nor any energy to do anything but what I want to do, which is eat and watch TV and just sit around. Okay, y'all, so I'm at my spot and it's 7:30. Normally I'm never over here this early. I just didn't want to sit over there with all that stuff that I had, and it was a bunch of people coming over into Sandy Springs Performing Arts Center, you know, doing stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end this vlog, end this quarter in DayTyVlogs. Whatever happens after this day, you guys may or may not see. Again, I'm sorry that we couldn't end this off on a super high note. I would say that I'm disappointed, but I have no energy to feel any type of way, but I'm just gonna wait and see how this is gonna go in January, for a little bit of January. The Lord is faithful. He will come through eventually if I don't move by then. Honestly, ordering that computer might have been something that could be used as a safety net, because had I not, and then let's say nothing happens, you know, today or tomorrow night, I would be like, WTF, and I would be trying to move. But at least now I have some time to mentally detach myself away from the promises and to forget about them, and to be okay that I won't, you know, that I may possibly not get that love if I move, that I might not get that house, and I might not get that job opportunity. Like, I'm just going to mentally prepare to be okay, because the 8th is when I get my computer, like I told you guys maybe like 2 or 3 times now. When I get my computer on the 8th, and if I'm still in this situation where nothing changed, I might still release these vlogs, but I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I failed y'all. I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry if these vlogs release and it looks like I was a false prophet, or, you know, all of this was going on and X, Y, and Z. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't even know which way I want to go. It's like, I feel like I'm doomed one way. Like, dang, there goes what I've been waiting for. There goes this, there goes that. And it's just like, I've been waiting for this. And it's just like, why is it taking so long? Like, what if those prophetic words that we're talking about, like, you know, like how better is a thing in the end than it is in the beginning, for me to be at the very end right now when nothing happens? That's embarrassing. I have been dragged this entire year. I have been pulled. I have been stretched. I have been tested over and over and over and over again, and I am tired of feeling like I'm expected just to want to have a relationship, to want to read my Bible all the time, to want to pray. I don't want to do that stuff. I am exhausted. I want to do anything and everything possible to keep myself mentally stable. Some days it's easy to read my Bible, some days it's not. Some days I don't want to do anything. I need a break. I need a break, and I'm so tired. And it's like, am I ever gonna get a break? Like, am I ever gonna be delivered from this situation? I just really hope that he shows up in the midnight hour and I wake up to something, because I'm not gonna be on the Wi-Fi to get a text now or a call now or whatever. And I've been thinking about, like, just surrender. Like, the homelessness, the cold, the breaking out, because I walk places, you know, with my skin itching and rashing, and me, it just, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so done. Like, mentally, I'm even tired of talking about it. Like, I'm just, oh my gosh. So I'm hoping that he gives me revelation, provision, or dream or something. I would hate to let this go. I would hate to let all of this go. But for my sanity, I might have to. After all this, I can't believe this is how it's ending. It just feels like I put in so much of my life into this, and it just feels like I wasted my life. I wasted my youth in this long process, and it just feels like nothing's gonna change for me. And I know that it is, and I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, but I can't believe that this is how I'm ending this off again. Oh my gosh.